Yeah, that's basically what it is. That's all
Right.
anxiety is. It's your body releasing hormones to help you deal with stressful situations. Like back in the day, if we saw a saber-toothed tiger,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
you'd either freeze or
Like fight or flight stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right, welcome back to eczemahealing.org. We've got Matt Hess here again for another video, and in this video we're going to be talking about some of the stuff that I haven't really talked much about on this channel, and it's more the emotional side, the kind of anxiety side of eczema. I haven't really talked much about that, and Matt has a lot of experience in this area, and I'm really interested to hear what Matt's got to say about this. So take it away, Matt. Like what tell us a bit about your experiences and your anxieties, your emotional challenges with going through eczema and TSW.
So, as far as I can remember, well, not as far as I can remember, but when I was a young teenager, I've always had like social anxiety. Like I remember going around friends' houses and like everyone would be drinking and partying and stuff, and sometimes I just used to like I couldn't like integrate with people, and I would just leave. I would just escape. And I've done that at quite a few things now. Like I can't handle like big social events. I get really nervous for over nothing. Like I get really, I don't know, just really anxious. And like I say, I've always been susceptible to that. And that was definitely because of having skin problems. Because I started getting acne when I was like 13.
Okay.
And I was really, really conscious of it. And people would say things, some people would take the mick, and it would like, you know, it would hit home quite hard, you know. And it was something that always played on my mind whenever I went out, whenever I did things. It would always be like, how does my skin look? Does my skin look okay? Like, that would just be like my number one thing. It just consumed me, you know.
Right.
And I imagine this probably the same for many other people out there that have skin problems. It becomes like an obsession, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've always had like deep-rooted anxiety from that, I believe. And it's only just recently that I've started getting over that and just getting much more confident, you know. Like actually going out and meeting people, like coming over to Thailand and hanging out with you and all the other vegan guys, you know, making new friends and stuff. It's been life-changing, yeah.
Yeah. So you really tie that in with your skin issues, like what you're saying about having acne.
Yeah.
Younger in your life.
Yeah.
To start with, before the eczema came on.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. It's always been due to the skin, and I always knew that. Like I don't know. Like a lot of people suffer from anxiety, and you know, like for almost no reason. Like they just have anxiety, and I don't know. I don't buy that.
Okay.
I honestly think there's always a reason why you're worried about something, or you're thinking too much. There's always a reason, and when you find out what that is, and as long as you know what that is, you can do something about it. Like you can take the steps necessary to getting over that. And I mean, I guess the way I did it was with the lifestyle, you know,
Right.
the diet. There's been a lot of links to gut health and mental health.
Yes.
And so when you fix your gut, that has a huge effect on your brain as well, your brain health, your mental clarity.
Right.
So yeah, the diet, exercise is also a huge one. I would say probably the biggest, actually.
Wow.
Like we were talking earlier about, you know, how much is exercise physical compared to mental.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, for me, it's way more mental than it is physical. I'm not bothered about having big muscles or being like in shape, or it's good to be healthy, obviously, but like, you know, it's really to challenge yourself up here and make yourself mentally stronger and better able to deal with situations in life. For me, that's how I look at exercise. You know, you're doing it and you're pushing those boundaries of comfort in your head, and that just, yeah, it really, really helps a lot.
That's so interesting. Like you're kind of talking about it like an emotional muscle in a way.
Yeah. I mean,
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah.
it kind of is in a way.
Yeah.
You've got to work it. You've got to exercise it as much as your physical body. You've got to work.
Yeah.
You've got to train the mind as well in the same way.
I wonder how many people actually that ever came across this before, and if they can relate to what you're talking about. Like maybe they didn't necessarily have the labels that you're putting on them, the labels you're putting on, but maybe they did experience inside some of what you're talking about as a result of having skin issues.
Yeah.
So what would you say to people, like say you meet someone and you sense that they have got some social anxiety going on because of a skin condition that you can see that they've got. How would you deal with that person? Well, not deal with that person, but how would you respond to them socially? How would you be with them?
I know what you mean. Like I don't know, just be positive and just and not be too intense, not be too forefront.
Okay.
Like give them space. I think that's really important, and understand where they're coming from, and show that in your dialogue, if you know what I mean. So like, ask some questions about life, and maybe make a joke about anxiety or something, and show that you're in the same boat.
Show that you understand.
I see. Yeah, definitely. If someone's having a full-blown panic attack, I don't know how to deal with that, but
sure.
Yeah.
Have you had panic attacks in the past?
Yeah, loads. I remember when I was working full-time in London, not long before I moved out here, I was having like full-blown flare-ups, and I was just sitting at my desk at work, and I'll be under pressure with work, or there would be like a social going on, like there would be like a breakfast at a showroom, or there'd be a client event or something, or I'd have to actually interact with clients, and I remember it just got too much at times. Like I would just freak out. I just have to leave the building. I just have to walk out and go and get some fresh air, just calm down. And so I definitely experienced a lot of panic attacks when I was going through like the height of the withdrawal symptoms, mainly because of how I looked and how people used to stare, people used to comment, and it's a constant assault on the mind that you're constantly thinking like, oh, what are they thinking, what are they doing, what are they saying, like, and when you've got other things going on in life, like work, like financial stress, like relationship stress, or whatever it may be, it just gets too much. It's just too much for anyone to deal with. So, you've got to find the tools to deal with it. And like I said, the diet, the exercise, and slowly, like finding things that inspire you, whether it be films, documentaries, TED Talks, books, whatever. Immerse yourself in it. We were talking about David Goggins earlier. It's so inspiring, just crazy inspiring. So,
because the person I see in you now, like it's quite surprising to me. I mean, I coached you in the past. I've spent hours speaking with you in the past.
Yeah.
But it's quite surprising to me to hear you talk about all this stuff, because you don't seem like that person to me now. So I guess my question is, what have you done? Like, I know you mentioned the diet and the exercise and stuff.
Yeah.
And so I suppose you're talking about the diet because of that gut-brain connection you were talking about before, and that's going to have a real physiological effect on the body. But like, what else? What else have you done to get to this point where you are now, where living in a foreign country and
understanding what anxiety is has been really important as well. So a lot of people think it's just like a chemical imbalance in the brain, and there's nothing you can do about it, which, in my opinion, in my experience, is just, again, it's not true. Like, it's, you know, there's a reason for it, and you can do something about it. You know, anxiety is basically just built up energy. You know, you encounter a stressful situation, your body releases the hormones needed to give you the physical, you know, strength or advantage to deal with that situation. So, you know,
I've never heard it put quite so succinctly and scientifically as that.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. That's all anxiety is. It's your body releasing hormones to help you deal with stressful situations. Like back in the day, if we saw a saber-toothed tiger, you know, you'd either freeze or...
Like fight or flight stuff?
Yeah, exactly, And once you understand that that's what it is, honestly, that was one of the biggest things for me as well. And just realizing that all I need to do is go and spend that energy. Like imagine, you know, like in a video game, like you have like a life bar. It goes up and it's red and it hits the top, that's a panic attack. And when your anxiety builds up, when it fluctuates, you got to spend it, you got to drain it. You got to drain all that energy, you got to drain that negative energy, and the way you do that is with exercise. 100%. You go out, you just go for a run, go for a cycle, hit the gym, whatever it is you enjoy doing, and it helps
dissipate some of that energy.
Yes, just drain it, and I guarantee anyone, you just feel so much better after you exercise, so much better. So give it a go.
That's some real words of wisdom.
Just understand that, and that makes things a lot more simple, because you know, anxiety, a big part of anxiety is overcomplicating things in your head as well. So once you simplify it, it's a game changer.
One of the really cool things for me about all this, from what you've been saying, is that pretty much the same stuff that helps your skin is what helps your anxiety.
Yeah, it's all linked as well. It's all 100% linked. And I know that you teach, you know, overall health. It's not just about the skin, it's about the mind, it's about the gut, it's about everything, treating everything holistically, and then you've got all areas covered, you know, and that's it. That's what it's all about.
Amazing stuff. If you want to see more of what Matt's got to say about this stuff, he has a YouTube channel, which is, he's just getting off the ground. Here it is on the screen, and Matt's Instagram, which is really inspiring from a skin health perspective and from a Thailand living perspective and whatever else is going on inside this pretty amazing head here. Head over to Matt's Instagram and have a look at that as well. Like
it is, isn't it? Like
my face went really dark during that last video, but
I'm white and you're, well, obviously, but
I am what I am.
Yeah.
I can't change my colour.